Hello, third grade families. Welcome to my third grade back to school night presentation. I hope you all are doing well, and I am so excited to dive into this presentation so that I can hopefully answer any questions that you may have. It's been such a joy getting to know your children these past 3 weeks. This year is going to be an amazing year of learning and growing as a classroom community. So let's get started. Attached, I have shared a quote, and it reads, "The influence of teachers extends beyond the classroom well into the future." The reason I love this quote so much is because I don't see my role as someone who just shows up and teaches students how to learn the curriculum. Although that is a very important part and a big part of what I do, a teacher is being so much more than that. My goals are to make sure that my students feel loved and cared for, that they are caring and respectful to others, and that I provide a space where they feel comfortable to be themselves so that they can be as comfortable and confident with their learning as they possibly can. I'm not just teaching my students to read or write, but to become good human beings. Your children are our future. So let's dive into this presentation. So this is a little bit about me. I got my elementary education degree from Oakland University. I graduated last December and got hired in January with Grosse Pointe as a second grade virtual teacher. And that was a really great experience, but I am super excited to be at Richard back in person with all your kiddos. So here is a typical day in our class. When students come in the morning, we unpack and get settled. They put their backpacks away. They get out their morning work. After that, from 8:35 to 9 o'clock, we do our morning meeting. And this is a time where we get to build classroom community with one another. So we start with greeting one another, and then we share something about ourselves, and then we do a fun activity, usually a team bonding activity where they learn to work together. Then after that, we jump into math for the morning, and then we take a break and go to recess for 20 minutes. And then we come back, do snack and a read aloud. Then we move on to our reading lesson. And then they have lunch and recess. And when they get back, we do our independent reading. Then we start writing, and we will be getting into social studies and science as well. And then we have special at the end of the day. And when they get back, they pack up and we do a read aloud together. So that's our typical day. This is our special schedule. So on A days, we will have music. On B days, they have art. A lot of students have already brought this in, but if you haven't, please bring in an art smock for students, because they will be doing a lot of fun activities and projects in art, and we want to keep their clothes nice and clean. On C day, we have gym. Make sure students wear their gym shoes on C days. And then D day, we have library and Spanish. So we are starting the school year with library, and then we will move into Spanish. And on D days, our special is at a different time. So our specials on D day are from 1 to 1:45. Okay. So here is a curriculum overview. Let's start with reading and writing. So for reading and writing, we will follow the MESA units for our reading workshop. Writing units are focused around 3 genres. So for writing, we start with narratives, then we move on to opinions and instructional how-to writing. For math, we follow the everyday math units. We also use Freckle Math. So at the beginning of the school year, we did a benchmark test with all the kiddos. Right here next to Freckle Math, I put my class code. That's how they access it. So I wanted you guys to have that as well if they want to access it at home. We are also working on multiplication fact fluency, and we also use online games. For science and social studies, we will be studying balancing forces, inheritance and traits, environments and survival, and weather and climate. And for social studies, we are focusing on Michigan history, which is super fun, geography, and economy. And then we also do Leader in Me. So in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, they should have also done Leader in Me, but we will be going through the 7 habits. So number 1, be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize, and sharpen the saw. So I'm hoping that each month we can focus on one habit at a time so we can really understand and work together as a classroom community to be all of these 7 habits. Okay, so this is a little more of a review on mathematics. I talked that we are doing the everyday math program. Below, I have put the math units. So unit 1, which we have gone through is, or have started to go through, is tools. So tools that we can use throughout our units to help us. We did some review on time, and we are just starting multiplication. Then for unit 2, we are doing number stories and arrays. Unit 3 is operations. Unit 4 is measurement and geometry. Unit 5 is fractions and multiplication strategies. Unit 6 is more operations. 7 is fractions. 8 is multiplication and division. And 9 finally is multi-digit operations. So as you see, as the units go on, there is a lot of multiplication, learning about operations and division. So that's really what we will be going through for math. English and language arts, I went over that earlier in this video, but we will be doing small group instruction based on their instructional level. And we will also be doing specific reading strategy grouping. So for writing, we have started paragraph writing, how to write a paragraph, making sure you indent, topic sentence, 3 details, and then end the paragraph with a closing sentence. And then we are now starting to move into narratives and personal narratives. We will then move on to opinion writing and then instructional how-to writing. Below, I have included our reading log. Let me minimize it so we can see the whole thing. So each week, students will be sent home with a reading log that kind of looks like this. Sometimes there will be extra stuff added on, but our goal for each week is to read 100 minutes. So what they're going to do is they are going to write their book title here, the pages that they read that night, and then they are going to record their minutes down in this box. So once they have their book title, pages read, they will then come down here and write down the minutes read for that night. So the goal is 100 minutes. So throughout the week and weekend, they should be reading 5 days. And then at the bottom, they will add all their minutes up and put the total minutes read. So each week, students will bring this home on Monday and they will return it to me the next following Monday. And then they will get a new one for each week. All right. Now we have science and social studies. So these are the units we will be going through for science. We are using Amplify Science this year. So they will be beginning the school year off with learning about balancing forces, inheritance traits, environments and survival, weather and climate. And for social studies, we are learning that geography, that Michigan history and economics. And then here are the 7 habits again for Leader in Me, which we will be learning about and going through throughout the school year. And that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.